Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first event of our TakeHub. My name is Francesco, and I'm going to give you an overview of TakeHub before giving the floor to our first speaker of today, who is Santoro Ciccarelli from the University of Naples, Partenope.
Morning.
Just a quick overview of what TakeHub is and what we have done in the past few months before the starting of this meeting. So TakeHub is a platform where academics came together to share their practice and idea on the use of AI. I will share the link in the chat in a moment where you can find information about what we have done and what we plan to do. On the website, you can read about the idea and the aim of this platform. You can sign up to the newsletter, which we highly recommend if you want to remain updated with any new event that we are planning to do. And we are planning to have at least 3 other speakers before the end of 2025. You can find information about the people they are behind this idea, where there is Dr. Loris Fratwell, Dr. Olowanturimi Samuel, and Santoro Ciccarelli, who is speaking today, along with myself. As well, something that we have included in our website, it can help you people that are interested to know more about AI and its practice in research, academia, and etc. You can find some of the publication that we are already done and created, and in particularly those publication links very well with the talk of today, where Santoro will present his project and idea that is called TripAbike. But you can also find additional resources such as books and useful website where you can find out more and learn more about AI practices. But I know why we are all here today, and is to listen to the talk of Santoro. So I'm gonna ask Santoro to share the screen, if possible,
Yes.
so we can crack on.
Okay, you can see that.
Yes, we can see. If you can have it full screen, that would be ideal.
Okay.
There we go. So I'm gonna leave the floor to Santoro, and if there is any question, please pop it in the chat so we can ask Santoro at the end of today's talk, which will discuss this innovative idea which is called TripAbike. Thank you so much, everyone, to being here, and thank you, Santoro, for today.
Thank you, Francesco. Thank you to everybody. Good morning. I am Santalo Ciccarelli. I am a PhD of the University of Naples, Partenope, and today I will talk about a project that we have just sent to the Spencer Foundation. The title of the project is Physical Activity and Artificial Intelligence to Enhance Executive Functions in Adolescents. For this project, we have just applied for a grant of $400,000. Okay, a little bit of context. This is the place where we wanna make this project, the city of Cartagena de Indias. Cartagena is a Colombian city that is populated by several minorities. When we talk about top minorities in Cartagena, we talk about especially of Afro-descendant minorities. Many of these minorities live in poverty. These communities are often found in peripheral areas where poverty rates can reach up to 68%. Okay, if you can see this picture, at the left side, you can see a little part of the city. This is the Fantastica, in English, fantastic. This is the name that the same citizens of Cartagena de Indias have put to this part of the city. This is the touristic side of the city. This is the richest part of the city. This is the better place where you can find the better transport system, electricity service, water service, everything that a community need for have a good life. At the center of the picture, you can see this monument. This is a very significant monument of the city. This is the monument of the India Catalina that it's also an invisible borderline that separate the Fantastica by the Eroica. The Eroica is the other part of the city, the biggest part of the city, and even in this case, the same citizen of the city have put the name Heroica this part of the city. Heroic in English meaning heroic. And in this part of the city, you can't find a transport service. There isn't a transport, an official transport service in this part of the city. So many times don't there are water service. So many times there isn't electricity service. And if you can see the difference of the architecture of the two sides of the city, you can understand the great difference that exists in the Cartagena city. To making the situation more difficult, it's the inefficiency of country public school, which instead of promoting exclusion by respecting the principles of ethnic education, when we talk about of ethnic education, we talk about of a measure, but it's better say of a law, the law 150 on 1994, that was aimed to promote the multiculturalism. The ethnic education was an idea for integrate the minorities, the many minorities that live in Colombia, but this don't happen in fact. And but what prevent the diffusion of education? There is three different reasons. The first is the scarcity of funding in Colombia. So many times there isn't money for financing adequate programs of dissemination. And the second, when there is the money, Colombia have a great problem that is the corruption. In Colombia, the corruption stay at every level. And the third is the historical processes that have ethnicized or racialized the territory. If you can see this map, you can see that there is three color just like the flag of Colombia. At the left side, the western side, the Pacific region, you can see that there is a full concentration of Afro-descendant. Cartagena don't stay in this side, but Cartagena stay here, where there is this little dot. But in this little dot, we have a great concentration of Afro-descendant. The rest of the country, it's populated in the interior area. This is the richest area of Colombia by mestizos and white people. And at the south side or at the south ovest side, the Amazonic region, we can find indigenous population. If you can see this part, you can imagine that is a little part, but the Afro-descendant population of Colombia, it's something about like 11 million people. This is the 26.7 percent of the total population. We talk about a minority, but it's a very great, very big minority. Moreover, this is another problem. In the same school environments, there are limitations both in terms of the quality of teaching and the attention given to the fundamental skills for academic success, such as executive functions. When we talk about of executive functions, we talk about of a set of cognitive processes, like attention, working memory, cognitive flexibility, inhibitory control, planning, organization, and many more. But why we say that? We say that because there is some evidence in this regard in a study conducted in the same city of Cartagena, in the public University of Cartagena, which involved 121 students that are attending a bilingual course with an emphasis on English, just in English language, between the ages of 17 and 25. After through the use of a mixed method, Herrera Valdez and partners have administered the EFECO test, a self-assessment test for just analyze the executive functions, and they have make them also a qualitative methods with a focus group of 20 people. At the end of the study, was emerged significant difficulty in emotional control, almost the 20% of the student, in planning, the 10.4% of the student, in working memory and initiative. Thanks of this study, we can understand that something pass in the public school because the University of Cartagena it's a public university, but the 99% of the students that go to that university come from public schools. And this is an important data that can give a picture of the reality. But what could be the cause of this decline of executive functions? In Cartagena, we have an increasing of the obesity rate. If you can see this number, the 40.1% in student aged 7 and 12 in 2022, we can understand that the number it's something like the same numbers of the student that have a problem in executive functions. We talk about obesity because obesity in just are some many evidence. It's very, very correlated with the decline of executive functions. Do talk about that, Ayala Escalona, Szczesneska, and Unei, and many more talk about of a great correlation with the obesity and a decline of executive function. But what is the care? The care is something that I like so much, something that I think you like so much, and is the physical exercise. The physical exercise can prevent the obesity rates in two different ways. The first way it's that if I can train, it's very hard to become fat. The second, it's a direct effect on executive function because when we make Tari, Shizard, and you talk about that, when we make physical exercise, this physical exercise, especially aerobic exercise, make increase the blood flow. The blood flow when increase automatically the quantity of oxygen to the brain, and this benefit the executive function. Even more, at the same time, the integration of artificial intelligence, the AI, offer customizable programs aimed at developing working memory, attention, and process speed. A little word, even in this case, we have an impact thanks of this technology with the executive function. Furthermore, numerous studies have shown that the pedagogical use of AI it's aimed at education for all also leads to reduction in socioeconomic disparities. Vasquez Poon talk about of the capacity of AI to make roll the wall of inequity. When the student study with AI, the student have the same opportunity of the other student in every part of the world, and this can change the rule of the games. In this regard, we intend to propose the use of TripABike. TripABike is an AI-based device that combines through the video game physical exercise with conventional educational discipline. We wanna teach the English language thanks of this dispositive. You can see the first version of TripABike. This is a beta version. TripABike is composed by a bike, a static bike, that is locked on the front and the back wheel thanks of two different system of block. TripABike have the handlebar disconnected by the front wheel. In this way, we can move the smartphone that is connected up the handlebar and can move at the same time the avatar in the space. At the back wheel, we have a Bluetooth sensor that can analyze the kinetic value of every student. We have also another Bluetooth connection that make connect the earphone. If you can see the picture, you can see that the boy have a Bluetooth earphone. And thanks of this earphone, we can talk with the game. We can train the speak capacity of every student. Bike make part of a family of the extended bodied hybrid interfaces system. This family of the family make part even the metaverse dispositives. What are the extended bodied hybrid interfaces system? The extended bodied even hybrid interfaces system are that dispositive that make possible stay in the real world while you're moving in the real world and staying at the same time in a digital environment. And the triple bike and the metaverse have so many future that seems like the same. Both dispositive, both system combines physical activity and the interaction with a 3D environment. Triple bike with the movement of the bike and the metaverse with the simulation in the 3D world. Both technology, I'm sorry, use immersive technology and this is a difference. Both system using an AI system, but while the metaverse use a deep learning system, TripABike use a generative AI system because thanks of a connection with ChatGPT or with Claude that we will see at the next steps, TripABike can generate a virtual teacher that follow up the student and in the learning process, but at the same time, the TripABike can make something more that I will see even at the next step. Both system have social and collaborative aspects. The metaverse is designed as a social and collaborative space on the line of the social network of Meta, while TripABike facility interaction between students, teachers in a virtual environment. The student of TripABike can play together. The student of TripABike can fight together, and the teacher at the same time have the control. And I wanna explain how it will have the control on the learning process. Both supports are gamified. TripABike and Metaverse have all the characteristics of video games. And at last but not last, the experiential learning. The metaverse, thanks to the simulation, make possible an experiential learning on the line on John Dewey. At the same time, TripABike promotes dynamics and embodied learning through physical interaction. Okay, this is a little demonstration. If you can see at the left side, the front wheel move in this case But this was the first test. You can see in the picture, okay, here, the block system that stay over there for the moment, but now the handlebar is disconnected. At the right side, you can see the first version of the triple bike. You can, I just say that you can talk with the system, but you can make another type of interaction thanks of a quiz trivia, and also you can script with the game by using a QWERTY system. Tripa bike will be increasing. This is just the version 1, the proof version. But if we win the Spencer, I'm sorry, we will increase the game, we will rewrite the software for making it in something like Mario Kart, where the student can learn English and can launch a missile at its friend classroom or a friend in the other side of the world, because TripABike also will have a cloud system that permit to playing in two different place of the world. And you can also, after that you will ask something like five answer, earn not only power-ups, but only you can increase your avatar. You can transform the bike in a submarine or in a car or in many more. The use of the triple bike is to be favored intense and focused concentration, fusion of action and awareness, the loss of perception, the feeling of control over activity, the distortion of temporal perception, and the activity becomes intrinsically rewarding. In little words, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about of the flow, the flow theory of Csikszentmihalyi. What is the flow theory? Flow theory is something that it's very, very correlated just with the video games. Because when you play at video games, you have a full concentration, you have a great application on that, and the aim of the project is curve this flow on the learning activity. In little words, when you play with the Terpa bike, we have the hope that this state, the flow theory, will applicate on the learning objective. Okay, this is how the TripABike AI work. The main function of AI are to adapt content according to the students' student progress, and to generate customized activity to avoid frustration episodes. We have a system that through an API will be connected at ChatGPT or cloud. We just thanks of this API will have a virtual teacher for every student. Every student will have a personalized teacher, and in addition, TripABike will make real-time analysis of learning data. This it's very important, because thanks of this analysis, we will have the opportunity of create a virtual register classroom. And after I will explain how it works. Also, TripABike make some kinetic, I just tell it, values connection that we will use for know the performance of every student, the physical performance of every student. Thanks to the Bluetooth sensor that I just talk about it, we will have this data. And I want to say something very important. When you play with TripABike, the pedaling activity don't make run more the avatar. The pedaling activity can only will can move the avatar in this space, because the speed it will be regulated through the quantity of response of every student. Okay, I just talk about of the virtual class register, how it work. Okay, imagine a table with the name, codified name of every student and some capacity. For example, the write capacity, the learning, the memory capacity, the speak capacity, and every student have this capacity in the table. When there is some problem thanks to data collection, for example, on memory process, the word in the table of that student become red if there is a big problem, or yellow if there is a little problem. If there isn't a problem, the word stay green. When there is some problem, the teacher can intervene with the insertion of a simple prompt for make personalized work for that single student. Little word, a teacher have the opportunity of make in a class of 20 people 20 different classroom for 20 specific student. We will have a personalized work that will don't I'm sorry don't will change the game. Every student play at the same game, but at the same time every student to study something different. The iModi project is creating a lasting impact on the Cartagena's community, and we will do it through three different work packages. The first work package that will be during something like 10 months have four different steps. The first step is the involvement of all the people who will involve it in the experiment to discuss the challenges and positive aspects teaching through the triple bike. We want to know what they think about it. We want to know what they expect about it, if they are scared, if they are happy of use this type of dispositive. The second step is the programming and implementation of the triple bike device software. We just have the triple bike software, but we will rewrite the software because I just say that we need to improve it. The third step is the distribution of a smartphone with the triple bike already pre-installed. And when we stay at this step, we are just ready for started. But after we need of make the distribution of informed consent and presentation of the project to the university's committee, ethics committee. This is a project that make together three different universities. The University of Derby, my own university, University Partenopeo of Naples, and at last the Università Tecnologica de Bolívar, that is a private university of the same city of Cartagena de Indias. The second work package have two different steps. The first step is the administration of the teenage executive function inventory taxi, the behavior rating inventories of executive function self-report version. Both tests are self-report test. Both test was imagined for analyze the executive function, but now you just think about why two different tests for one objective. We have choice two different tests for have two different point of view of the problem. We will also administrate the exercise self-presentation efficacy test. Even in this case, it's a self-assessment test for know something about of the perception of physical exercise of every student. The test we administrated after the start of the experiment and after every 3 weeks. With a continuous data analysis on the field. The third and last work package It's composed by two steps, that is the conclusion of the study and dissemination phase. When we talk about of the dissemination phase, we talk about on something that have three different levels. The local level, with the continuous involvement of stakeholders before, during, and after the project. The collaboration with teachers through patients and public involvement activities, and donation. This is I'm sorry, the second step, collaboration with teachers through patients and public involvement activities. It's the qualitative part of the study. And at last, we have the donation to the school of materials used in the experiment and knowledge just acquired. We just leave the triple bike device in the schools that will apply for this project. We have also a national level with 1 day of workshop where the triple bike device will be demonstrated to the stakeholders. We have hope to work with policymakers in education, academics, and also with the rest of the community members. The second step is the creation and dissemination of an open access handbook with motor game activities and teaching practice based on the embodied approach. We wanna we wanna gift just one handbook with some activity, some motor activity finalized of the learning process for change the rule in the same school of Cartagena, the India. At last, we have a discussion on current issues of discrimination and racial issues mentioned in the educational level project. We will have also an international level of publication with 1, 2, 3 manuscript in high-level journals. The sharing of the result at the international conference in Europe, I hope in Derby and in my own city, Naples, in America and Asia. Every publication will be in open access in compliance with the EU GDPR regulations. This is a Gantt chart of the study with the first work page that will be during something like 10 months. The second work package that will be during something like 13 months. And at last, the third work package that even in this case will be during another 13 months. This is the research design, the intervention which be conducted in Cartagena school, in two different Cartagena schools, includes 3 sessions per week of 45 minutes. We will install in this school 55 devices, 12 in a school, 13 in another school, and we will just have two different activities of 45 minutes for a total of 50 students in the experimental group. We will have also a control group. The control group don't will use a triple bike, they will conduct conventional learning activity. We will have also some inclusion criteria. Every student will be Spanish native speaker. Every student must have the absence of medical condition preventing physical activity, and they will passing a screening for dyslexia. We will use, even in this case, a self-assessment test, the ProDyslex, for know something about of dyslexia problem, for know if there is some dyslexia problem in the group of the students. This is our team. I just say that it's a project that make together the University of Derby, the Universidad Tecnológica de Bolívar, or in English, Technological University of Bolívar of Cartagena in Colombia, and my own university, the University of Naples, Partenope. Everybody know Francesco. Francesco will be the principal investigator and the responsible of the project. The professor Maria Luisa Iavarone of the University of Naples Partenope and the dean of the Technological University of Bolivar, William Arellano, will be care about the pedagogical materials and of the pedagogical area. The engineer of the Technological University of Bolivar, William Puertas, will be the people, the person that will be care about of a tripa bike. He will rewrite the code and will improve the tripa bike. At last, this is me. I will be a postdoc. I hope that I will be a postdoc researcher in charge of testing, administration, and supervision of field intervention. I just leave some reference of this presentation. I want to spend only two words on TakeHub. TakeHub is an amazing project. If you want to know something more about the world of AI, I just say that it's the moment of scanning this QR code for receive the TakeHub newsletter. I'm so sorry for my English. I hope that you have understand something about the project. If there is some question, I stay here for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandro. This is great. Thank you for your presentation and for
Thank
showing
you.
us this project, this idea. So if anyone has any question, please pop it in the chat or use the Q&A option that we have on top, so we can have I can pass on this question to Santolo. Well, in the meantime, I do have a question for you. So, could you go back on the slides, please, so we can
Yes.
we see back on the slides?
Yes. Only one
So,
moment that I will
no worries.
share the screen again. Okay.
So, something that I would like to get a bit of an understanding in a bit more details is the questionnaires that you are using to
Ah,
collect
okay. Okay. One
data.
moment.
So, if you can kind of give us an explanation of those questionnaires and the reason why you have chosen those questionnaires, they will be great, so we can understand actually what they do and why we're using them.
Okay, thanks to the Teenage Executive Function Inventory, the TEXI, and thanks to Brief SR, we will have a picture from two different side of the problem. When the brief SR is a test very, I can say, validated in literature at the same level state the taxi, but they make two different problem and I'm sorry, they make two different analysis and this is perfect for have a better picture I can see of the situation. While the exercise self-presentation efficacy, we will use this test for know something about of the impact on the self perception of the exercise of every student if they leave trip a bike like a moment for training or if they don't have this impression.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Another question, last question that I've got for you will be to kind of give us a bit of understanding of what executive function are, because that's kind of the things that you will be track, isn't it? So you're gonna check whether or not those executive function improved following the 3 per bike. So we understand also that you mentioned that the executive function tend to decrease when students have a no active life. So you talk about the issue with obesity and so on. But so for people to understand, what are the executive function?
Okay,
So how
okay,
can we define them?
okay. The executive function are a sect of of cognitive processes, they in form make for can form some group like attention, working memory, cognitive flexibility, inhibitory control, planning and organization. Every of this step, every of this voice, it's like a package of cognitive process, and the problem of the executive function that stay correlated with the obesity when people become fat or just it's fat. This condition stay very correlated with the decline of this function because the body don't work in the better way possible. I think, and so many researchers think. And when you play a physical exercise, you play the game. I can say because the physical exercise not only prevent the obesity rate, but at the same time increase the quantity of the oxygen at the brain. When we have a brain, a full oxygenated brain, we have an improving and increasing of the executive functions because the brain work in the better way possible, and this can repair our function, improve our function.
Perfect, thank you. So I think we can call it off for now. And thank you so much, Santolo, for your
Welcome.
talk, the first one of the Take Hub series. I'm gonna pop in the chat some additional information for anyone who wants to read more and understand more about those topics. You can find a few publications about gamification theory, another one about executive function to get a better understanding of what they are. Also, Sandra will talk about the API, and maybe that someone is not familiar what API or generative AI are. So that's those two links can help you out, as well as the latest publication about the triple bike from Santolo, so you can find out more information and how it works. Again, thank you everyone for being here, for joining this meeting. We're going to have another one in a couple of months, but I do recommend you to sign up to this newsletter and check the website that I also share in the chat to stay up to date with the next topic and the next talk. Thank you so much, and I'll leave you with the rest of your day. See you soon, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.